More than 12 billion miles from Earth, past the edge of the solar system, Voyager 2 has sent back a signal unlike anything before. It wasn't the steady stream of data scientists had grown used to, it was different. Unexplainable. A whisper from the void that suggested the spacecraft had encountered something that should not exist. Voyager 2's story began decades ago, not with cutting-edge technology, but with a simple observation. In 1965, a graduate student named Gary Flandreau noticed that Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune were slowly falling into a rare alignment, an event that occurs only once every 176 years. This cosmic arrangement meant that a single probe could slingshot from planet to planet, using their gravity to cut a 30-year journey into just over a decade. NASA seized the chance, and from that realization, the Voyager program was born. Launched in 1977, Voyager 2 became the explorer that dared to go farther. While its twin, Voyager 1, raced past Jupiter and Saturn, Voyager 2 pressed on to Uranus and Neptune. Along the way, it revealed hidden moons, icy rains, and storms that shredded the idea of calm, lifeless worlds. It found geysers of nitrogen erupting into the void, and winds faster than any on Earth. With each discovery, it reshaped humanity's understanding of the solar system. After its triumphs, its cameras were shut off, its mission declared complete. But the truth was that Voyager 2 was just entering the unknown. Beyond Neptune lay the heliopause, the invisible border where the Sun's influence ends and interstellar space begins. In 2018, Voyager 2 crossed that frontier, carrying its instruments into true deep space. What it found unsettled scientists. Unlike Voyager 1, which had reported chaotic magnetic fluctuations at the solar boundary, Voyager 2 experienced the opposite. The crossing was unnervingly smooth. The magnetic field outside was calm, far too calm, as though it had entered a pocket of order in a universe of turbulence. Models had predicted fluctuations tied to the Sun's activity, yet none appeared. Instead, its sensors began to pick up something else, a constant, low-frequency hum. This wasn't cosmic background noise. It wasn't radiation from the galactic core. It was local, and it was near the spacecraft. Then came the impossible moment. NASA's Deep Space Network received a transmission from Voyager 2 that was broken, corrupted, but not in the way static usually looks. The data carried a structure, as if it had been altered mid-transmission yet preserved with deliberate precision. For several minutes, Voyager 2 went silent. Then, without command, it appeared to reorient itself, turning its antenna toward Earth and re-establishing contact. When the signal returned, the data stream carried anomalies never seen before, magnetic spikes without any solar source, radiation patterns unlike those near stars or nebulae, and a subtle change in direction. Voyager 2 had shifted course, as if it had dodged something. Publicly, NASA downplayed the incident, calling it interference or a malfunction. Privately, engineers called it the encounter. Because something about that moment suggested contact, not an accident, not random noise, but an interaction. And there was another layer of unease. Both Voyagers carry the golden record, an engraved copper disc containing images, sounds, and greetings from Earth. A cosmic invitation. A message that says, "Here we are." The hope was that one day, somewhere, someone might find it. But what if something already had? What if the impossible signal, the moment of silence, the course adjustment, and the strange hum were not random? Not long after, Mission Control noticed another change. Voyager 2 had adjusted its orientation again. This time, its sensors were not pointed outward into the void. They were aimed, subtly but unmistakably, back toward Earth. Was it a simple recalibration? A navigational correction? Or was it something else? Something we did not command, and something we cannot yet explain? Voyager 2 has entered the unknown, and what it encountered may be more than anomaly or error. It may be a threshold. Out there in the dark, beyond the reach of sunlight, something might have noticed us. And the signal it sent back could be the first sign that we are no longer alone. More than 12 billion miles from home, Voyager 2 continues its journey through the dark, cold reaches of interstellar space. But recently, it did something no one expected. The probe shifted its orientation. Not because of a command, not because of a malfunction, but seemingly by choice. Its autonomous systems are built to react only to specific problems: loss of signal, drift, or errors in alignment. Yet none of those conditions had occurred. The spacecraft simply turned, as if it were trying to look at something beyond our reach. Engineers scrambled to explain it. They tested every scenario: dust impact, ancient gyroscope slipping, a glitch in its sensors. Every system came back clean. Nothing was wrong. Which left the most unsettling explanation of all. Voyager 2 had acted in a way it was never designed to. That single adjustment ignited fear within the project team. If the spacecraft is choosing where to point, then why? What does it see? In the days following the anomaly, something stranger unfolded. Voyager 2 stopped sending scientific data. It wasn't silent. The heartbeat of telemetry was still coming in. Power levels, system status, temperatures, everything read normal. But the instruments that mattered most, the ones designed to capture plasma waves, cosmic rays, and magnetic fields, had gone dark. Not broken. Muted. No protocol in Voyager's design allows for this. And yet, one leaked internal report bore an unnerving title: Potential Autonomous Instrument Suppression. Officially, such a function doesn't exist. If the silence wasn't a glitch, then it was deliberate. Whether by the probe itself or by something acting on it, Voyager 2 had been stopped from transmitting what it found. Theories began flooding in. Some physicists argued Voyager 2 may have passed through a region of dark plasma, an exotic state of matter proposed to exist only in deep space. Others pointed to the corrupted signal NASA received before the silence, a fragment of data that wasn't random at all, but structured, resembling compressed encoding. A pattern too ordered to dismiss. Among SETI researchers, a bolder theory circulated. What if Voyager 2 had encountered not a ship, not a signal, but something simpler, an object? A node. A device left adrift in the void, passive but alert, waiting for something like Voyager to pass by. If so, then the probe hadn't just sent information back to Earth. It may have awakened something else. And if it did, that intelligence now knows we exist. The Voyager missions have always been more than exploration. They are symbols of humanity's longing to reach beyond itself, carrying golden records etched with our greetings, our music, our message to the stars. But what happens when the message is answered? Not in words, but in silence, in interference, in a quiet redirection of the machine that carried it? Voyager 2 wasn't built to survive this long. It wasn't meant to cross the edge of the solar system. It certainly wasn't designed to encounter the impossible. Yet it has. Its silence may be telling us more than its instruments ever could. In a universe we once thought was empty, Voyager 2 may have crossed a boundary we weren't ready to understand. It is no longer just a spacecraft. It is a witness. A messenger. Perhaps even a warning. The question is no longer what Voyager 2 found. The question is what happens next, when whatever notice it decides to